Thanks for tuning in. Just I'm going to do a quick rundown of the 11 ugliest cars on the market in 2018. Not necessarily new models, existing models, new models. It's a combination of both. And these are just cars and vehicles that are available on the North American market. Not getting into Europe. There's too many ugly cars over there. I'd never be able to finish it. I did them by category also. So I've done them everything but minivans because they don't count. They're all ugly in my opinion. Yeah, they're not really. But anyway, I'm not getting into minivans. I'm not a minivan fan. So we're going to start with our subcompact car. And man, this thing is ugly. Check this out. The Mitsubishi Mirage G4, I think they call it. I don't know. It doesn't matter what they call it. It's ugly as hell. I don't even think I've ever seen one of these on the road, but it's got to be one of the weirdest, ugliest. Look at it. Look at the shape of it. It doesn't even look good. It's just awkward. Anyway, so that's that. Next up, for a compact car or compact sedan, it's the Mercedes CLA 250. It's not a bad looking car, but out of all of them, it's got to be the ugliest. It was tough to find. This is a tough division or tough category to find an ugly one, but it is weird. It's the back's weird, the front's weird. It looks like it's kind of just thrown in there, put together. Next category, in the coupe, another tough department, the coupe or the coupe, whatever part of the world you're in. It was a tough one, but the Honda Civic Coupe took it. It's just got those weird. It's got the weird back end. The front end's okay, but the weird back. And if you look at the side profile, it's awkward again and weird, and I think it's ugly. Again, not an easy category. There's a lot of the coupes they make pretty. They're good looking cars generally, but the Honda Civic has it. And I'm a big Honda fan, so. Next up, mid-size sedan. Again, mid-size, they're hard to really make ugly. It's good proportions, but the Subaru Legacy, they've been ugly for a while, especially the bottom of the line, the base models. But that's my pick for mid-size sedan. Full-size sedan. There was a few in here, but the BMW 6 Series, the Grand Coupe 6 Series to be specific, the front of it, hate it. It's like they just tried to come up with a new Grand Coupe concept and just make a BMW work at the front of it, and it's just weird. It's rounded, and you can look at it. Actually, it reminds me, check this out, it reminds me of the Chrysler Concorde. Look at the shape of it, everything. It's the BMW fans are going to kill me, but that's what it looks like to me. I never got my vote for a good looking car. It's one of the last BMWs I'd ever buy. Next up, in the crossover or full-size crossover sport utility vehicle, I guess they call it the crossover. This thing is ugly as hell. They shouldn't even let it on the road. I don't know who designed it, but it's the Lincoln MKT. Sure, it's probably nice inside. It's a luxury vehicle, but look at the back of that thing. Like what were they thinking? Worst SUV I've ever seen. I can't believe when I've actually seen one of these. You don't see too many, but when you do, you're just like, what the heck is that? Anyway, that's the ugliest SUV of all of them, let alone the crossovers. Next up, the compact sport utilities. Yeah, there was a few out there. They're all a little, squished and compact looking, but the Fiat 500X, I think, got it for me. They've again stretched out a small little car to make it big, and it just doesn't work. Not the ugliest thing I've ever seen, but definitely wouldn't buy one, and I don't think you should either. Next up, big Lexus fan, but their GX, their SUV, and this is for the SUV segment. The GX, Lexus GX, whatever it is, 460 or 570. They changed it over the years, but that thing's ugly. It's not well proportioned. It looks like it's gonna tip over, and like, I don't know. It just looks top heavy and weird, like it was an afterthought. Next category, pickup trucks. I didn't go mid-size and full-size. I just went with all pickup trucks. And I've never been a big fan of the Nissan Titan. Don't like the front of it. The back of these trucks, they almost all look the same these days. But the front of it, it's the grill. I don't know. You can see for yourself. If you have to choose one, this is the one I choose. Next is it's the electric cars. Not a ton of electric cars out there, but I got to show you the one. They don't make it anymore. It's very rare. Every other company is making electric cars. Like, they're coming out with electric cars. Mitsubishi, they had the i-miev. They just canceled it. 2017 is the last year. They're not even replacing it. Maybe they will in a couple of years, but they've literally canceled. Like, the only company that's canceled an electric car, and it's probably because it was so ugly. Yeah, I'm sure the range sucks too compared to the new cars, but look at this thing. But anyway, I can't choose it because it doesn't exist in 2018, but that would have been the pick. But the real pick is the 2018 Smart FORTWO. Just never been a big fan of these. They're weird looking, ugly, weird, same thing. Anyway, that's got my pick for electric cars. And then lastly, we have hybrids, whether they're plug-in or not. The regular Prius, not the Prius C or the V, it's just the regular Prius. And it's because of the back, and you can look here and you can just see, like, it's just, what a weird looking, ugly looking back. Like, do they want to sell these things? I know they sell lots of them, but I think they could sell a lot more if they made it more mainstream. Anyway, that's my those are my picks for the 11 ugliest cars in the categories for 2018. If you have any comments, please leave them below, and I'd love to hear if I missed any.